Today's Morphin Network video is sponsored by Rangers Stop and Pop, which is now August the 27th to the 29th, 2021 in Atlanta, Georgia. And Ranger Stock Convention, which is now November 11th to the 14th, 2021 in Orlando, Florida. Go to rangerstop.com for more info.
Good work, Fury. I remain your faithful servant, Master Sledge. Maybe you deserve another shot at destroying those Rangers, but don't screw it up. Thank you, Master. Here you go, Pinky. Don't miss a spot. Huh? Get ready.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another interview of the Morphin Network. We have the veteran Power Rangers voice actor himself, Paul Harrop. Yes, you guys didn't know. Yes, you guys didn't know. Paul is the voice of Figure Talks in Samurai, Turtellini in Super Mega Force, Monogatari. Drillhorn, Shakatron in Beast Morphers, Furntron from Beast Morphers, and of course, Fury from Power Rangers Dino Charge and Super Dino Charge. So yeah, so he is Fury, guys. So here's a big one. But anyways,
in a sense, you could also argue that you're the first Gold Ranger from Dino Charge. Technically,
you were the first Gold Ranger. So.
I mean, he sort of lived in my guts, I guess. I mean, I did get to fly around in the pterodactyl guy, so that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I especially love how it's got its like vampire form, where the beaver is completely closed and it's got a cape, or like when it's in its evil form.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Very cool.
We do have some viewers, so let's get things started. So again, guys, hello. Morphin American. So let's get things started. So Paul, how did you start with acting?
Start with acting. Much like anybody, really, like going as a kid to do like local small town productions and things like that, and doing school productions, school shows. I grew up in a very small town. We didn't actually have like drama classes or anything at school, so it was basically the school show or nothing. I really loved it, performing, obviously, and after high school, I went to university and studied theatre at one of our universities here, and that was like, I need to do something more practical. I need to keep going. So I auditioned and got into the National Drama School here and did a 3-year performing arts acting school. And after that, just started working.
Now, in your process of your journey as an actor, how did you come to the point of becoming a voice actor?
Well, in New Zealand, you don't really need to specify that you are a voice actor or a screen actor or a theatre actor. You just sort of have to sort of cobble together a career out of everything you can. So it's just a side everything. You do as much as you can. When it came Power Rangers specifically, I got into the mix of the actors that Jim, the voice director guy, sees by. I went to do a screen acting audition for the remake of some zombie movie, Evil Dead or something. Like they redid Evil Dead or something. I went to do an audition for that, and it was an American accent that they needed, and Jim was in the room being a coach for the accents, and I was just an actor there. And after that, he sort of got in contact with me directly and said, "Who's your agent? Do you want to come and do some downstream?"
Full dead of voice acting.
No, I went to a screen audition for that, and the person in the room doing accent coaching was Jim, who does all the Power Rangers voice direction. And after that audition, which I didn't get the job for, he said, "Would you like to come in and lay down some monster voices for Power Rangers?" And I said, "Yeah, absolutely, of course."
Interesting. Wonderful. So now going to Power Rangers, how do you get started working for Power Rangers, or how was like the audition process like for Power Rangers?
Basically, you get given a sort of character, a little character synopsis of like what the character is sort of like, and then you sort of get the voice you want to bring to that monster. Go into the recording, please lay down a few lines, like doing your best monster voice that you do for that guy, and then the producers over in the States pick who they want, and then that person gets to do it.
Awesome. Now speaking of that, Boken, next question.
Right. How did you come to the voice that you ended up using for Fury? Like, what was your process for finding your voice for Fury?
Well, he is quite bestial looking and has a very like lion and is very dramatic looking and quite monstrous, and his whole journey is to be like this sort of quite threatening presence from the start. So he wanted to be something that did have quite that growling voice. Same time, we didn't want it to be too similar to Sledge. So they did end up sounding, I think, pretty similar. But
your process for doing Fury, you said where the last thing I remember you saying was because he's very beastly, you wanted him to be growly but not too similar to Sledge. I think that's where we left off.
yes, but that I think it ended up sounding quite Sledge anyway. No, that's pretty much it, really. Like, just based on his ferocity and the fact that his name was Fury and he looked like a lightning lion guy and threatening presence at the start of the show, that he demanded like a sort of more guttural, monstrous voice. How over the top and crazy Fury is. I know that everybody is over the top in Power Rangers. He just was like so irrationally like all the time, and anytime anyone would do anything, he'd just be like, "Oh, that's the worst thing that's ever."
Well, before I ask it, I just have to say, your over the top was brilliant, and having that fight scene between you and Keeper in the first 5 minutes of the first episode, it really set a brilliant tone to start the season off with. And sometimes the tone of those first 5 minutes could make or break a season. So next question is, aside from Fury, what other Power Ranger monsters stood out to you?
The last one that I did was Chocotron for Beast Morphers, I think. I think that's the name of it. Was memorable to me because I thought that the performance of the stunt person and the costume was a comedy monster. Like, sometimes there's funny ones and sometimes there's scary ones, and Chocotron was quite like upbeat and jumpy and frisky and was kind of had a sort of mariachi kind of theme going on, and I thought definitely a comedy monster. But for some reason the producers wanted him to have a scary voice. They wanted him to be more threatening in the wash. But it was one of those times where what I thought the monster should be and what he ended up being were completely on different worlds.
Power Rangers, you actually were part of a favorite medical drama you're part of.
Shorties.
Shortland Street, yes. So I'm a shorty. So can you tell us your experience while filming Shortland Street?
It's great.
Yeah.
One of my best friends is on it. So it was great to be able to go and be the set of his job and hang out with him. I've been on Shortland Street 3 different times as 3 different characters. The last time was definitely the best time because we got to go out to Piha, which is a really beautiful beach area of New Zealand, and I played like this scary neighbor who maybe didn't murder his dress and got his son to help him bury her in the backyard sort of situation. It was fantastic. It was really fun.
Awesome. Now we have 2 more questions for you, Paul. So the next question, actually no, yeah, 3 more questions. So can you tell us your experience filming playing Hunter in Ash vs Evil Dead?
Yeah, that was wicked. That was really cool. I got to hang out with Bruce Campbell for a day. Like, was way too fanboy-y to talk to him. I just kind of sat next to him while he ate some seaweed crisps, and I was just sort of like, never mind. But yeah, it was cool. I got to that in one season. I sort of led, like, was in this sort of bar set and led the town in like a jeering cheer against him. He was like returning home to his hometown, and we are just like, rack off, we don't like you. And then in the next season, like, zombie dude and got blown up by a tank. It was fantastic.
Awesome. So I have 2 more questions for you, Paul, and then we go to the fans. So do you have any advice to any aspiring actor or actress that want to be in the filming industry? So you want to repeat the question again?
I think training helps. I wouldn't have been able to do the very small amount of things that I've done without training. So going to drama school, if you want to be taken seriously, it shows that you're dedicated to it. It shows that you've had the training, so you're up to the job. As one of the big things is knowing yourself and being able to handle rejection, because you just get rejected 24/7 in this industry. You go. I've done hundreds of monster auditions for Power Rangers and have gotten like 4 jobs out of it. I've done heaps of film auditions and gotten so few jobs. If you believe in it and you love it, you just keep doing it. But yeah, tenacity, thick skin, and training, I would say.
Awesome. Then my final question is...
Yeah, I want to see if I could try to ask it without it being interrupted from the silence. Notwithstanding a non-disclosure agreement, do you have any upcoming projects that you would like to share with us?
I have a couple of things that I'd love to share with you. One going podcast that everybody should listen to. It is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, which I feel is very Power Rangers adjacent.
Oh, I'm an Asimir, by the way.
As we're all nerds, let's embrace it. Let's just go with it.
Yes.
It's a very, very cool podcast that is called Are You? It's called Danger Team Go.
Danger Team Go. Interesting.
So Danger Team Go.
As in, we are a dangerous team on every on Spotify. It's on iTunes, iHeartRadio, I believe. Pick it up, have a look. It's very, very good. We're up to season 2 now. We've got about 39 episodes.
Nice.
But I'm very, very proud of it. I think it's high quality. I think it's up there with hey, it's a Critical Role from New Zealand. Yes, I would.
Well, since you're a Dungeons and Dragons fan, I have to ask, what Dungeons and Dragons race do you enjoy playing as the most? Yeah, you know, the Welsh have a dragon on their flag, so it's appropriate. Yeah.
So now we go to the fan questions, and of course, we will So we'll do it right now. So Paul,
That's what I thought.
are you ready for the? Oh, can you hear me, Paul? Great. So Paul, we're gonna do the fan questions now, Paul. So are you ready for them?
Absolutely, bring it on.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, so Aaron Gelb says, "Hi, did you watch the episodes in which you voiced characters once they were aired? Greetings from Argentina." We'll give it a few moments, guys. It might be because Paul might be lagging.
Yes,
So. Yes.
I did, and I've got 2 sons, and I forced both of them to watch it. They loved Dino Charge. They watched all the episodes. They really digged it. They liked the thing. They sort of they didn't give a crap. They couldn't care less that I was the voice of Fury. They're like, yeah, that's fine. We just like Power Rangers. Yeah, so I have. I've watched. I've seen the ones from Ninja, the Ninja one, the Samurai one, sorry,
Steel.
or the Beast Morphers one,
Yes.
or the Megaforce one. I've just seen the other one, Dino.
Dino
Yeah.
Charge.
Charge. Okay, so Thomas Frank is asking, what else? Oh, Ken Brown. What else could Fury be doing on Earth for 65 million years, specifically for energy? All right, guys, we'll give Paul some time. Keep having a look.
Like so many. He's brought all the he invented penicillin. he taught. He I don't know. He so many things. He was so busy. But I do realize that the bulk of the inner gems were discovered within a period of months, and it took him millions of years to find Zero. But he was busy. He was a busy dude. He taught crop rotation to farmers, set up the first Subway franchise. Like the list goes on. He's basically every sort of major historical event that took place over the last 65 million years. He was the monster behind it all.
For me, jokingly, I would like to imagine that he invented surfing, karaoke, and helped build the Great Wall of China, so that when thousands of years later, when Sledge finally comes back, he would have something to do when he is dead.
Pay the electric bill?
Yeah, he forgot to pay the electric bill.
I think he's saying forget to pay the electric bill. In your Fury voice, if you could do it, Paul.
Give it a moment.
Okay. Yeah, of course I can.
Oh, letterbox. What's this? A letter from the power company? Oh!
Hope you guys are happy. See? You have some, yes.
Yeah, even if we only heard 2 seconds of that, it was still a hilarious 2 seconds.
So Thomas Branco is asking, did you know Dino Charge Supercharge takes place in another dimension, not in the main timeline of the show? Only a few seconds.
Or like a recent series, we came back and all the villains from Dino Charge were there, and we came through a portal. Like, so I assumed something was doing like that. I don't really know how. Like, I know that there's like a new one every time. The Power Rangers are there. Sometimes they all get together in like a quarry, and there's heaps of them. I get how it works. Yeah. So no.
We'll do one more question. So, what color ranger would you be?
Okay. Oh, good question. When we played Power Rangers at 10, before it got banned in New Zealand television for being too violent, I was the Red Ranger. But I feel like that's a little bit too on the nose. I feel like maybe like the Gold Ranger is kind of the coolest one. Is the coolest. Gold Rangers always come in like halfway through or something and be awesome. But maybe green, like green. I feel like let's get a cool Green Ranger in there. I'll do that.
Awesome. We'll do. This is a great question. We'll do one.
Tommy was like the most famous Green Ranger. Oh no, I'm not.
We'll do one more. Would you rather keep voicing a villain or become a ranger?
Give it a moment.
I'm far too old to be a ranger.
Hey, that's not true.
They're never gonna get me in to be a ranger.
That's not true.
I could play like some sort of lost. I could play who washes up on the shore and gets attacked by a monster. I could do that.
I mean, technically, you have had the oldest Power Ranger in your season. It was a Purple Ranger, so.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So this pretty much ends the interview. Thank you guys so much for being part of it. So, Paul, thank you again for being a special guest. Where can they find you in social media, or do you have any social media?
No, it's my pleasure. My absolute pleasure. Make sure everybody who's listening checks out Danger Team Go. Cool podcast. Listen to it. It's so fun. You'll love it. Podcast. Danger Team Go.
That's right. Danger Team Go. All right.
Danger Team Go.
And Mike, where can I find you?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKawato, and you can find me on Instagram at chrono_justice_cosplay.
You can find me on Instagram, DanceBoy247 at the Morphin Network at Instagram, and please follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter at the Morphin Network. All right, guys, this is Paul's interview. The voice of Fury from Dino Charge. And sorry again for.
Hasbro, make a crossover episode, then we won't have to edit out these last 2 seconds.
So, all right, guys. Thanks again, Paul, for being our special guest. Yeah, guys, this is the Morphin Network.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, guys. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye. Island Wave.
Today's Morphin Network video is brought to you by Karson's Korner. Karson's Korner is a black LGBTQ owned small business. They sell merchandise and apparel on pop culture franchises. These franchises include King of the Hill, Dragon Ball, Sailor Moon, and of course, most importantly, Power Rangers. If you're interested in getting their amazing merch, be sure to check them out at www.carsonscorner.com.
This is Austin St. John, Jason, the original Red Ranger. You are watching the Morphin Network.